Hello and welcome everybody. In this video we'll show you smart habits that will save your time and manage it well. Time management is the process of planning and exercising conscious control of the time spent on specific activities to work smarter than harder. It is a juggling act of various things that help you increase efficiency and strike a better work-life balance. Improving your time management at work allows you to enhance your performance and achieve your desired goals with less effort and more effective strategies. If you want to save more time, then this video is for you. Keep watching the whole video and don't skip any important part of it.
Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news.
1. Create a time audit. When it comes to time management, the first step you need to take is finding out where your time actually goes. You may believe that you only spend 30 minutes on emails, but in reality that task is eating up an hour of your day. The easiest way to keep track of your time is to download an app like Rescue Time, Toggle, or My App Calendar to track everything you do for a week. You can then access a report to find out what's stealing your time. With this information, you can then make the appropriate adjustment. 2. Set a time limit to complete a task. Setting time constraints for completing tasks helps you be more focused and efficient. Making the small extra effort to decide on how much time you need to allot for each task can also help you recognize potential problems before they arise. That way, you can make plans for dealing with them. For example, assume you need to write up 5 reviews in time for a meeting. However, you realize that you will only be able to get 4 of them done in the time remaining before the meeting. If you become aware of this fact well in advance, you may be able to easily delegate writing up one of the reviews to someone else. However, if you hadn't bothered to do a time check on your tasks beforehand, you might have ended up not realizing your time problem until just an hour before the meeting. At that point, it might be considerably more difficult to find someone to delegate one of the reviews and more difficult for them to fit the task into their day too. 3. Use a to-do list, but don't abandon tasks. All goals and projects are made up of smaller parts that need to be accomplished in order to achieve the goal or complete the project. Create to-do lists for each goal and project, listing all the measurable steps that need to be accomplished. Aside from keeping you focused, this also motivates you as you are able to see what you have already achieved and what's remain. At the same time, there will be interruptions that may prevent you from completing a task. Some research recommends that you make a point of always returning to and completing these tasks once you are able to. This may require you to set a limit on the number of tasks that you are working on at any given time. 4. Have a regular place for things. If you always set your keys on the table in the hall when you come in, you will always be able to find them easily when you go out, and never waste time looking for them. And what works for your keys will work with just about everything else that you use regularly. Your reading glasses, your can opener, your dog leash. Develop the habit of keeping the things you use regularly in one place and put them back to that place when you are using them. 5. Plan ahead. One of the worst things that you can do is wake up without a plan for the day. Instead of focusing on what needs to be done, we wander aimlessly and take care of more trivial matters. That's why you should always plan ahead, whether the night before, and that's before you leave work for the day. Spend the last 15 minutes organizing your office and composing a list of your most important items for tomorrow. Or you can plan your task first thing in the morning, write down the 3 or 4 most urgent and important matters that need to be addressed today and work on those when you are most productive. Tasks you need to do in the near term, align it with the long term. Meaningful goals you would like to hit, you can start by making a list of goals and projects that need your attention. But don't think of this as a daily to-do list, it's just a guide. Keep in mind that if you try to do too much at once, you will become discouraged and you will be setting yourself up for failure even before starting. Use your list to classify the goals, projects, and subtasks by importance, and keep reminding yourself that you won't be able to get all of it done in a day. Plan on doing no more than 3 core activities today, depending on how time consuming they are, and then pick up where you left off tomorrow. Build a daily ritual around this simple practice. Also make sure your days contain a couple activities you really enjoy doing. Don't just create a have-to-do list that you dread looking at. Make a pact with yourself that you will do at least one thing for yourself every day that you truly enjoy. Planning a life filled only with dreaded obligation is no way to plan. 6. Relearn how to focus. Many of us waste odds of time just because we are so easily distracted, a problem that multitasking makes worse for many of us. Instead of focusing on one task and finishing it in short order, we allow ourselves to be pulled off task numerous times. The result, the original task takes much longer than it could have and should have. Getting into the habit of solely focusing on whatever task you are working on and concentrating on completing it before you move on to something else is a great way to save time in daily life. 7. Use reward substitution to motivate yourself. Everyone has a list of tasks they have to get done, but don't like doing. It may be exercising, making difficult phone calls, or doing homework. The longer you wait to start, the longer you will have the guilt and stress of not doing it, and the less progress you will likely make over the long haul. For those difficult tasks, you can force yourself to do them by rewarding yourself with something you truly enjoy. For me, it's eating cookies, but it could be watching your favorite TV show or going out for dinner. The secret is to put off that wonderful reward until you are done with the task. 8. Stop procrastinating. Procrastination itself isn't bad. What's bad is what happens to whatever you are procrastinating about when you do it. Problems grow, misunderstandings multiply, trash piles up. Dealing with things when they are smaller not only saves time, but makes it much easier on yourself too. 9. Take a break between tasks. When doing a lot of tasks without a break, it is harder to stay focused and motivated. Allow some downtime between tasks to clear your head and refresh yourself. Consider grabbing a brief nap, going for a short walk, or meditating. 10. Organize yourself. Utilize your calendar for more long-term time management. Write down the deadlines for projects or for tasks that are part of completing the overall project. Think about which days might be the best to dedicate to specific tasks. For example, you might need to plan a meeting to discuss cash flow on a day when you know the company's CFO is available. 11. Avoid perfection. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. As they say, avoid overanalyzing everything you do. That doesn't mean be careless. However, do your best always. But perfection can drag you down, so don't think about it. Once you have finished a task and giving it your best, you have to move on. Effective time management is ultimately a result of having the right attitude and commitment to your goals. Software tools can help you aid in your time management efforts, and there are plenty of calendars and time tracking devices available to help you manage time effectively. Whatever tips or tools you use your time wisely, but also make time for rest and relaxation to keep you happy and motivated all throughout your life. 12. Focus on one task at a time. If you have chosen to do a task, see it through to the end. Finish it. Avoid doing half work, which means abandoning your current task and doing something else entirely. One example of half work is writing a report, then suddenly checking your emails for no reason and writing replies. That's not only bad time management, but also bad for your concentration. You will lose your momentum. Just focus on the task at hand and avoid these pitfalls. 13. Delegate and outsource. You can't do everything by yourself, so cut yourself some slack and delegate. Maybe it's time for you to train someone to do some simple processes in your work or office that frees you up to focus on the bigger projects or the more complicated tasks. You can even outsource the work to an experienced freelancer and save money.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive all our news. If you learned something new today, then give the video a like and tell us in comments which step you like it more. And here's some others great videos I think you will enjoy. Just click on the left or on the right.
Ha ha.